Hello again. Today we'll talk about Raspberry Pi Pico microcontroller and also how we can send data from this microcontroller board to the ThingSpeak channel. The ThingSpeak it is a cloud platform which was developed by MATLAB and where we can create our channel and then we can store our data, and once we get enough data to analyze it, then we can make analysis using a MATLAB. Okay, the first thing in order to get data from the ThingSpeak, that is, here we have a microcontroller which is connected without built-in Wi-Fi connection. So it means that we don't have any kind of wireless communication to the network or to the internet. That's why in order to get data from this Raspberry Pi Pico board, we are using here serial connection, and this means that connecting your Raspberry Pi Pico with the computer by micro USB cable, there we can get information in our computer, then we can upload this data into the ThingSpeak. That is the process how we can do. The first thing that what we need is to program our microcontroller. So in order to program our microcontroller, I'm using the machine library in order to get permission to use the GPIO pins. But in our case, we are not using the GPIO pins, and we are just giving any kind of data, assuming that it comes from the sensor. But you can also connect your sensor to the Raspberry Pi Pico and then get this sensor data in a program, and after that you can send it to your computer serially, and then we can upload it into the ThingSpeak platform. Okay, the first thing here, in order to connect, we need to make a connection between the Raspberry Pi Pico microcontroller with your computer. And then here we have created UART. UART means that we are using this one in order to communicate your computer with the microcontroller by universal receiving and transmitting port. Okay, UART port. It means that we are sending it, communicating them serially, and then we use here baud rate at 9600, or you can also use the other baud rates. That is sometimes we can use the baud rate at 115020 or something else. Okay, the other baud rates also available there, but here most used one it is 9600. Okay, so here we have a loop. Here we are generating data that is from the sensor actually. So I have given this data as 45 and it is given as string. So then we print this data in the serial monitor and we send it, the sensor data, over serial communication, and then we make it delay with 2 seconds. Okay. Let us run it. In order to run it in the Sony IDE that I'm using, it is in the left, in the right bottom part. Here we have given and the type of the device that I'm using. That's the first one. I'm using the Raspberry Pi Pico, and I'm using the COM3. Okay, so it is connected to my computer with COM3. Then when we run it, now it gives prints me 45. 45. It is the data that I have given it here. Okay, so I can make it anytime. So we are just checking it. So once after that we make it. So how we can get this data 45 to our computer using serial port or UART port. So for this one, I have created this code. So we are importing the serial library, and then here in the serial library, and here we have created COM3. COM3 means it is the port which is connected to our computer. So you can learn it from here. If you go to the bottom right, there you can find the COM3. It's written there, you see. And the baud rate that it must be as same as what I'm sending in my Raspberry Pi Pico. Okay, so then we send it and we are reading every line. Okay, let's try to read this data. But before we do it, you need to save this code for microcontroller inside your microcontroller and as main.py. So it means that whenever we don't run this one, actually our microcontroller runs by default the main.py every time. Okay, that's why it is this my main.py is located in my Pico board inside the memory of the Pico board, and it is located here. Okay, so then once we send it, now it is sending 2045 in every 2 seconds. Now what I can do, it is I choose my code that I need to run, and then here I choose as a device, I choose local Python 3, which I'm running in my computer. Okay, not in the microcontroller. So then when I run it, so it should get that data. So you see, it gets B45 R and N. So it takes like this word. So in order to get rid of this one, I use just the Python 3 there. So I convert this data into string. And so what is the data characters I have? So it is 0, 1, it is 2, yeah, 2 and 3, and second and third characters indexes are needed. So I'm reading from 2 till 4. So 4 is not included. So when I run it back again, so here I should get the same thing that I am sending from my microcontroller. Now I have created the connection between my microcontroller and microprocessor. Now, how can we send this data from our computer to the ThingSpeak platform? In order to use that one, let me open the ThingSpeak. Here it is. So I have created a channel. It is a weather station, or we can create a new channel. So let's create a new channel. Channel name, for example, temperature. Then I'm using the field 1. Okay, it is a field 1. It is let it be temperature in Celsius, or you can use like just temperature temp. Okay, I have only one field. Okay, I don't need in okay, we don't have. Okay, we can create a save channel. So it says we have this channel. No, I have nothing here. Okay, so in order to see the API keys, I go to the this menu where I have the private view, public view. Then we have API keys. Okay, whenever I go there, so it shows us the API key in order to write and also to read this data that I have given. Okay, for such reason, we need to write data into this channel. So I just copy this link, get, and this. So they use get method from HTTP request. Yeah, so I'm just copy it. And then if I enter this one, so actually what starts from the HTTPS till field 1 equal to, it is related to my channel. So it is API key of my channel. It is this one actually is given, and then field 1. Field 1, it is the field that I'm going to write my data. Yeah, so 0, so I want to make it 25. Okay, that's when I want to take it on. If I enter it, now it gives 1. So it is first request. Yeah, if I make it, then now it is not 25, it is 26. If I make it, now it is 0. So it means that if it gives some kind of number, it means that it is successful. Okay, and whenever I go to my private view, okay, let's go there. Now it should be there. Now you see, I have one data. It is 25. I should have 2, but it is my 25. It is seen there. You see. So we can see it. Now let us try to send this data. So in order to send this data, I need this address. Okay, I need this link, and that's copied. And then let's open the Sony that I have. Now, in order to work with this Sony, I have created a request. I am using the HTTP request in order to send this request into Dara. So our request, and if these libraries are not installed by default, then you can go to the tools, manager package, problem before. Okay, we need to stop it. Okay, stop, and also stop it. Okay, I have this one, yeah, and tools, manager packages. Now there are, for example, I need a serial library, so I wrote the serial, then it should show me the serial package. So it is this one. Actually, it was already installed in my computer. Okay, and also there we can search for the requests. Whenever we go to the request, there are also, it is this one. You can go and you can install or uninstall these packages. So then what we have next, it is installed, and it is installed in my computer. For example, here in the bottom right, it seems local, it says local Python 3. Now it is installed there, but if you want to install it in your Raspberry Pi, also you need to check to select the MicroPython, then you will install it there. Okay, but here we are using it here, my Raspberry Pi. Okay, so what I have, I'm using my own computer, to set this area. So URL created, and let me pass this data there. Okay, it is here the data link. Then I'm using com3 that I have sent the same. Now I need to send this request. So if I send data 2 to 4, the same thing that from my previous code, and then I am sending to requests, get a request I'm using, then URL plus str. URL, it is this link plus this data that I got. That was to 45, yeah, for example. Yeah, I can send it, and if it is successful sent, then it writes me success, but otherwise it gives you this message, error message. Okay, so let's try to run it. Let's try to run it. Okay, the first one, our Python, I mean that microcontroller that run my microcontroller. Now it is sending 45. Okay, there is no problem. Now let me select my local Python 3 and try to run this code. It is running, and it's running success. Now you see it is success, so it was successfully updated. Okay, let me stop it because it's always sending every time, in every 2 seconds it's sending 45. Now let me check this one. Now you see the 45 was updated here in the ThingSpeak. Like this one, we can do the update, or we can upload our data from computer to the ThingSpeak, but before that one we used Raspberry Pi Pico board in order to get data. Also you can connect your sensor data and get sensor data and upload it in ThingSpeak platform, and there you can use MATLAB for analyze and for visualization also. Okay, like this minute to go ahead. Okay, that's all from my side. Thank you. See you.